Here I have some chipboard from, and I used the Tim Holtz trellis, and that item number is 659431, and I cut that Tim Holtz trellis with medium-sized chipboard. And here I am using the Art Basics from Finnabar, the heavy gesso white, and that item number is 961442. I will apply, I did one coat out of the video, so I'm applying a second coat here, and I'm using pretty much a heavy set of gesso here. I will try to give you the items as I speak, but I might forget one or two things. If I do, I will write it in the description box below. I'm going to heat set this for a little bit. It doesn't completely dry, but I will put it to the side so that it could dry up. I also use the, I guess, the part where you could throw out, but I used it for my scrapbook. Here I'm showing you the paper that I used. I bought this paper at, it was a scrapbook kit from My Creative Memories, I believe it's called, the scrapbook company. Here I am using a stencil from Prima, and I'm using Art Basics Finnabar modeling paste. And this one is the opaque matte, and that item number is 961350. This is my first time using modeling paste, so hopefully it'll come out good. We will soon find out. So I used it on the top of my page and also in the bottom of my page. And here I'm using a palette knife. It's called a spatula, and it's an artist quality. It's metal, and I bought it in Hobby Lobby. And here the paper that I used is called Memories, and it's Twilight Fable. And it doesn't have a item number, but it does have a SKU, and that SKU number is 019962139907. Here I'm deciding what I will do with this page. I have an idea of what I want. And the page that I use is from Blue Fern Studios. That's the paper that I use. I actually did walk away and I started cleaning my stencil and I forgot to turn off the video. Here I'm heat setting it, and it completely dries. It dried very quickly. Here I'm deciding my page, if I want the picture to be higher than the page. Making sure that the chipboard doesn't show when I add it to my page, to my layout. So I'm just cutting up chipboard, nothing exciting. Here I'm using a Prima stamp, and that was the item number. Just in case you didn't see that item number, it's called the Almanac from Prima, and that item number is 555146. And I'm using archival ink from Ranger, and it's black. And I'm stamping randomly on my page. So that archival ink from Ranger is jet black I'm using to stamp my stamp. Here I'm cutting off the strip that I forgot to take out. I think for a first layout, I think it came out pretty good. I'm not a professional in any way on modeling paste or paints or any of the above. I did get inspired looking at YouTubers, how they do it, and so I wanted to do one, so I did it. Deciding again what I'm going to use with those two pictures. Putting that to the side so that the modeling paste dries up. Here I'm using Prima Color Bloom, and the one that I used was Cotton Candy. And it's called Sparkling Pastels, and it's Cotton Candy, and the item number is 573737. And it's a spray mist. I'm gonna heat set it. I'm gonna put that to the side and let it dry. Here I'm just taking some cheesecloth and I'm going to apply it behind my picture. And again, that you can get it in Hobby Lobby, Walmart, that cheesecloth. But I'm also going to spray it using the Cotton Candy Color Bloom Spray Mist. I'm just checking to see where I want the cheesecloth in my layout. And the modeling paste here is already dried. And now I'm going to see where I want all of the stuff. The chipboard, the flowers, and the little bits that I use. The flowers I use are from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I will give you the item numbers. For the 35mm flower, the pale white with the pink on it, that item number is MKX092, and it's 35mm, and it comes in a packet of 20 mixed pink tone trellis roses. And then the other green roses, the green, pastel green hip rosebuds, that item number is GST-058 and comes 50 in a packet. And then the mixed pink and white sweetheart blossoms that I used, that item number is MKX637. Here I'm using the Prima Junkyard Findings for the corner and for the pictures of the corner also. I use Prima. I will give you the item number for that. For the Junkyard Findings is 7 pieces, and that item number is 891879. And also the Prima Mechanicals, which I use the word love. That item number is 961145, and that's what I put in the side there, using some rosebuds to hold it together. And the bits and pieces of the cards, I'll give you the item number that I used. That is from American Crafts that I use, those cards, and it's Amy Tangerine, and it's called Bits, and that item number is 368980. So here I'm starting to apply hot glue to where I want some of this stuff. Those butterflies, I had them in my stash, so I just attached them to my layout. So here I'm taking everything out so that I could start gluing it with my hot glue gun. And I also use the Aleene's Tacky Glue, the brown bottle. I did take a picture when I put everything together so that I could remember where everything went, so that I won't forget. I'm just adding hot glue gun to my chipboard. And here I'm getting the tacky glue from Aleene's so that I could glue my pictures on the chipboard. Here I'm using tacky glue to glue down the bits from Amy Tangerine American Crafts. I just added 2 of the Junkyard Findings, the smaller corners, to my 2 pictures in the side there. Later on, off camera, I saw my layout and I said those white little corners from the picture frame and the corner of the layout needed some color, so I just put some color bloom on them and it gave it a little bit of color. Turned out okay. And also where I did the modeling paste, you can't see it, so I put color bloom on the modeling paste above the picture and also below the picture. Here I'm just adding glue to the little bits of cutouts Now adding the flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts, I'm cutting out the stems from it and adding hot glue to it and positioning it to where I had it before, the layout. The arrow, I'm putting tacky glue on it, and I'm going to apply it at the bottom to show that the cake is there, the wedding cake. Now I'm going to build the other side of the corner of the picture with the same flowers that I used from the bottom corner from Wild Orchid Crafts. If you have any questions of what I use, what items I use, if you need an item number, leave me a comment below and I'll try to get you the item number. So here I'm hot gluing the metal pieces of the mechanicals from Finnabar, from Prima, and I'm using hot glue with it. And I just put the rosebuds inside because you can make a chain out of it. So I used the stem from the flower to hold it together, and I made it into like a rainbow effect. I'm using glass beads from Prima. The first one I used the crystal, but it didn't give it color on the butterfly for the body. So I'm going to use plum beads for the other two butterflies. And I just use Aleene's glue to glue the beads down into the middle of the butterflies. If you want to see more videos like this, leave me a comment below and subscribe and tell me what you thought about it. And thanks for watching. Soon it'll be finishing up. I'm just gonna add some pearls to the trellis chipboard and to the clock below the picture. I use Stampin' Up! Pearls. They don't have an item number on that. Sorry for my head in the way. I think I add something else. I'm not too sure. I'm looking at the layout and it's missing something. Okay, yes, I do add from Wild Orchid Crafts some stems. And it's head pearl stamens, and that item number is MKX565. And I also add something else, and it's some brown leaves underneath the flowers. I add that. That was in my stash. I don't have an item number for that. I'm deciding here what else it's missing. And that's when I find the leaves and I put it next to the two big rosebuds. And I also add a pearl to the middle of the little clock in the bottom of the picture. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. I will show you the overall picture.